They want people to queue on their gates. And then by the time they release 10,000, 5,000, you need to see what they call empowerment now. And somebody will go buy this chemical for weeding, that will kill this herbicide. Give to farmer, give them 2 containers. And then the whole social media is flooded with praises that the man went home to do, social senator went to do, how's it called, empowerment, and this, that, farmers got this, farmer got this, and all this rubbish. They know what to do. We are not holding these guys accountable. That's the thing. We have not done it. NLC knows exactly what to do, but they are scared to do it. They are scared to ask Tinubu that, listen, we give you 6 months. If you do not give us 4 refineries within 6 months, we'll shut down the country. Everybody will pay. Everybody will face this hardship. There will be no light anywhere. But they don't want to do that until we decide to do these things this way. It will never, the country will never be fixed. Thank you, Mpa.
Because I'm not your father. Stop telling me umpa. Because I want umpa. Like umpa.
Okay, man.
But if I give Maruku another kitchen nation, no be so.
Okay, thank you so much. I would love to have this man again in my space. I'll try to reach out to him. Abacha's former CSO. I don't forget my name all the time. Hi, Jesus Christ.
Mustafa.
Yeah, Mustafa.
Imperfect, I will love it, please.
We can go and tell you now how they stop Nigerians from building all these basic infrastructures. I beg, get those way they control Nigeria. We go forget all these things. Even Tinubu no get out. Even Tinubu himself. The interview he did last year before the
when Tinubu was not in government, you said Tinubu is part of the cabal controlling Nigeria. Today is president, you say even Tinubu no get out. You see your life?
Like I said, in all countries, in the whole world, like Tinubu self, you see for that Nigeria. There was one interview he did. It was like, they'll come after me. I'm scared. They'll come after me. My hands are tied. Okay, we'll pass you. I aware that as in there now, he get those way. If you want, you go kneel down and greet them in that same Nigeria, even though he's the president. Look at when he went to see this man was it not last 2 weeks? Is it down that house? Or when he can I calm down? Look at what happened in Mexico. What happened? 30-something people just step down for Lily to become president. They had to just step down. Go and check. When I say step down, you know what I mean. Go check what happened for that place.
But that Mexico on the shock.
I beg, no come talk put for that matter. I don't want. But also see, go check what happened for Mexico.
Nobody you go tell me what happen. Now the same internet both you and I get access to. As you they read news, I they read news. So no comment from like say you sabi something where I don't sabi.
Zege, over to you, please.
Pass me the microphone, let me talk, bros.
Olutosi, where's the laptop?
Zege, please, I beg, educate us on that stuff. I beg, go say you won't tell us, I beg, about that haulage and logistic business.
That's the only reason why I still remain. If not, I don't go see.
Thank you.
That's the only reason I wanted to explain a few things. It's good when you are doing business. Yeah, go and learn the business. Don't assume.
Well done. I'm not the scratch of the issue so for God's sake.
Any business that you want to do, go learn them. You see all those boys with these Igbo traders, they train. Then go do Igbo boy for 7 years. When they come out, you give them 1 million, let them start business. You bring out a graduate, we don't go school, get working experience 5 years. You put them, give them 1 million. The boy with the Igbo boy will succeed. The man will be graduate with a university degree and 5-year working experience will struggle. What makes the difference? Every business gets its do's and don'ts. In that aspect of trailer where you talk, the thing is that there are many do's and there are many don'ts. starting from who you employ as your driver, there are some do's and don'ts. All the way to who you buy your parts from, there are some do's and don'ts. Because most of us that are going to business without even knowing the basics of that business. All we know is we hear the thing they bring money, we rush into it and invest. That man, I wish he was here. I wanted to really lecture him so that he will go back and tell his cousin or whatever it is that he made errors in life. How can you start trucking business with 6 trucks? That's the first error he did in life. Because when you buy 6 trucks, you will make errors big time, not small time, big time. That's number one. If you want to start your trucking business, you start with 1. So when you make your error with only 1 truck. Clientele does not grow overnight. Clientele grows as people get confidence and know that you are reliable. Number 2. If you want to do business and you look, let me finish now. I'm coming, please. Now make everybody calm down. My the enter small. I will explain step by step. If you want to do that, your trucking business, and you want to be a clientele, to your clientele to be Dangote, to be this, to be that, go and ask. Dangote, food specialties, Liver Brothers, all those things. When they want you to be their client, you must have at least 10 functional trucks, not heads. 10 functional trucks with back. 10. For you to have 10, that means you know what you are doing. You have grown strong. You don't wake up and want, because you hear say there's money in the business, you run down there and just carry trucks and put. So from the driver you employ alone, that even the employing your driver means a lot. I do not want to sound tribalistic, but there are some areas in this country when you employ the drivers. Benedict, I don't know why you gave me thumbs down, but there's some drivers that when you employ them, you will know that they are prone to ripping you off, and they are prone. Nobody is a good person, but there are likelihoods on how you go about employing driver. Any driver you employ, you own a truck today. Any driver that you employ and you own a truck today must have reference. The reference must be very strong, so that if the driver misbehaves, you know who that can fish him out. Do you know that there are many drivers that carry trucks and drop them in the bush and sell your goods and disappear? And they are somewhere in Libya waiting to cross the water? Things like this happen. You don't just wake up and say you're going to trucking business. This is one aspect. Do you know that if you are in trucking business, you must, I repeat, you must track all your trucks. Must. Now, there are 2 ways to track your trucks. First tracking is using the normal tracking they do for cars. The second tracking, which most people do not do, few people do this thing, is that, do you know on the wheel of your car, you put a mileage tracker there. They will tell you he's in Kaduna. Meanwhile, he's in Maiduguri. The mileage tracker will tell you that he's in Maiduguri. Do people know this? They don't. But they want to own 6 trucks, and you carry it and give your brother. Do you know you can stay in America and know where all your trucks are in Nigeria? To the barest 5 meters gap.
That was what I did. Well, go on.
No, I'm giving you instances of how to run your business. You can stay in your office.
You were here when I said this person grabbed my truck, which Abuja, and said the thing break down. You can't go up north for like 4 or 5 days, come back not knowing that there's tracker inside. That was how I found out. But
that is what that is what makes you. The only funny thing about it is that you acted late in your own case, because he didn't tell you saying there Abuja. Meanwhile, you are seeing your truck in Kano. You call him on the phone and tell him when you are talking to him on there. He said, "My truck." You give him the name of the street in Kano.
No. I didn't want to. Like I was like, just do what you want, because then I was already getting fed up with the whole thing.
Hold on. The truth is that when your driver knows that my Oga get tracker for this motor, his ability to run deals will slow down, because he knows my Oga knows, and I know that my Oga has a tracker in this. His ability to run deals slow down. Now let me finish.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Is there anybody now that when you're angry, that person says, "Oh, please, it's enough. Just give us a second chance," that you can't say no to?
Honestly, between me and you, there are people like that in my life. But honestly, when it gets to money issue, we will decide whose money is going to be lost, mine or his. If he accepts that to be his, no wala. But if it's mine, I will have my way.
Okay, good. Pregnant woman don't let them for gram before, so they beg you with 2 kids.
I don't see person where your husband died. They beg me.
Okay.
But I still took my not because I'm happy. I took my decision because that was the right thing to do.
Oh, okay, good. You know why I talk this in? To avoid my market, give me a second chance. Give him another chance. One person can't come. Hey, one you know this person just. I just say as just they come. I don't tell my uncle may send 2 army officers, 2 of his boys, when they go wait for them. As he comes, say, Oga, people there, I say yes, give them the key. That was it. After some days, I was like, do you know what you did? He was begging. But like, I know say that thing happen for Abuja. You know what thing you do. Go and tell your wife that this was what you did, and that was just it. Because then I already made up my mind. Because maybe I didn't say I call him. If I don't call some people, say saying don't mess up when they come beg me, and there's some people I can't say no to. So don't say I took that much time. I know I did it that way.
Hold on. Imperfect. Hold on. This is now your own personal issue, in the sense that you also have a fault and you are living with it. So let's not go there. Let it hang there, please.
What they use emotion until they run your business.
That's why I don't want to use some words that might hurt imperfect. That's why I want to let's just leave it there. Now, what I'm trying to explain to you is that there are many businesses. Do you know that there are many things you can do that technology has allowed us to reduce the corruption. It can't eliminate corruption, but it will allow us to reduce the corruption. I have a friend, an Indian man. He has a what they call it, an electronic shop in Abuja. He carries CCTV, put everywhere. That even worker to sleep on duty or cross leg or start gisting and wasting time. Everybody became efficient, because when you're not doing anything, he will just call you directly and tell you, why are you doing this? Don't you have any job to do? He will tell you, he will create a job for you and you can start doing it. You can do this even in a mama put. You don't have to be there. The problem is that we do not want to be creative in our thinking. I'm sorry, I'm not respecting, not that everybody does not want to, but we're doing things that do not improve our system. We know the kind of people we are in this country. We know what they do. So you have to create a way that you have to be higher than them and smarter and faster. That's the only way your business can succeed. You can't drop 30 million naira and expect your brother-in-law to come around and start running it for you like that. You should expect some laxities from him. And how do you solve that laxity is what you should be thinking in your head. This is what makes businesses survive. I want to...
Zege, what if you have something like a farm? Let's say cocoa farm.
I have a cocoa farm. I've been to many cocoa farms in Ondo. Let me try and remember. Yes. Now, another thing is that you can employ somebody who they do not know, whose job will be to giving you surveillance. And that surveillance will require video and audio tapes. You do live video tapes with the person, real-time video conversations. So when he goes into the farm, you will tell him let me see what is going on. Meanwhile, the person that is in the farm, that is doing the farm, does not know such a person exists. There are ways to avoid things. Be creative in the mind. That's all. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you so much. Any question for Zege? Bellamy is like he came up because of Zege.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Question, please, I beg.
Yeah, I have a question. There's a place he said, if you don't know, if you want to start first, you should start with one truck. Then when it grows, I don't know if I'm quoting him correctly. If it grows, then you can add more trucks. So I want to know, because I didn't start with one truck. That's what I want to tell him. It depends on how you handled it. You understand? I started with 3 at once. 3. I bought the head. Then I now built the body in Nigeria. So, and it's going well. That's the truth. And one thing he said that I also appreciate is when he said tracker. I even use human tracker, human. So my question to him is it good to buy a truck and give to a union to manage for you? As in, you buy a truck as somebody who wants to start new. You bring the truck and you give a union. As in, there are these people that they have mastered the route and they have so many trucks they manage for people. They have one in Port Harcourt, even in Lagos. So how sustainable is that one? As person we don't know the eye. That's my question for him. But on the other side, that you can start with, there are people that start with more than one truck and they are doing very well. So I don't agree with him on that part. Thank you.
Can I answer him?
Yeah, please, just a minute. Thank you.
Thank you. Benedict, Bellamy, when I advocate for one truck, I'm assuming that I'm dealing with somebody whose capacity cannot take the impact of losses of 3 trucks. If you started with 3 trucks, it's because your capacity can take the losses of 3 trucks. You started with 3. If I ask you how many they are today, you will say that it is more than 3 now. So when I say one truck, I do not refer to you as one. What I refer to is that whenever you're starting any business, start it with a value that when the losses come, because no business starts gaining overnight immediately. When the losses come, you can absorb the losses and forge further and make your corrections so that money can grow better. Nobody wakes up and has all the knowledge. Unless you have experience in that line, only then can you now be able to do properly when you enter it, if you start with 3, 5, or whatever the quantity is. But the idea, the concept behind me using the word one truck is that start business with something that when the shocks come, when you're about to absorb the shocks, you can absorb it and still forge for that. That's my truck about that. Then secondly, for those your unions and co, it can work, it cannot work, but honestly speaking, nobody will maintain your truck the way you personally will like it to be maintained. What you like and what other person like might differ. So if you want to give the unions usually like to maximize their profits. At whose loss, they don't care. So most likely they will run your truck down. Your truck that will have lasted 7, 8 years for you can last 3 years. You will make the money after 3 years. Your truck is scrap. So it all depends on what you want as a person. But if it's me, if I'm advising you, always make sure that you have somebody that is there, that's your own right-hand man. Just take good care of that person. The person will defend your interest. That's my own suggestion. Thank you.
Then, because lastly, don't be annoyed, just one, go 30 seconds. You made mention of getting good drivers. So I want to ask you, how do you know good drivers? As in, you said so that person will be, hey, there's this word you use, that the person will be referenced. Are there people that referenced people? Are there people that are there, as in, can you just go somewhere and you say, well, let's reference this guy for you? How do you find such people? Because the
Like,
problem I find in this thing is drivers.
Official T now.
Nah, imperfect. Those shorties. Let me just answer, because that's the difficult part of handling a truck, to get a driver. You understand? Because I had one bad experience. You give someone's truck to take to Jos, for example. He goes to Makodi and load half container of goods that are not yours. You understand? And put it in the goods he's storing for you to your destination. So before he gets to your destination, he offloads the goods and take money more than what you even charge for your own truck. So how do you get those people, those reference drivers that can guarantee? You understand?
Install camera.
No, you don't install camera. You can't install camera in your truck. Don't do that.
Speak for yourself.
Wait. Let me answer you.
Yeah.
Let me answer. Now, you see, let me explain something that is simple, mechanical. Now, this is where the experience comes into place. Now, I can take a truck from here to Ibadan, and it will chop me 30 liters of diesel from here to Ibadan. I'm giving a hypothetical situation. I can also take a truck from here to Ibadan, and the thing will chop me 50 liters of fuel. What's the difference? Why is it chopping more?
The load.
The load, thank you. It's simple. The load is thank you. So as Bellamy's driver got to Makurdi, collected more load, it will tell in the fuel.
But funny enough, he's not gonna. He won't charge me again. He won't charge me for any extra money on fuel. That's funny enough.
He won't charge you now because he has made enough money now.
Yes,
he make enough money for himself.
But he's using your truck. He's using your truck to feed his family.
You are too fast to jump into. I've not finished talking, and you now run into it. What most good transporters do is that if you are going from here to Abuja is roughly about 600 kilometers from Lagos. It's 500 and something, but we'll just say 600 kilometers. I will give you fuel, whether it is 3 drums or 2 drums. I will put fuel in that tank that will carry you to Abuja and bring you back to Abuja and top extra 50 liters on top of it. And you know what they do next? They lock the tank.
They lock the tank and nothing.
They lock the tank. Many transporters do it.
And
you can't buy fuel. You can't sell fuel on the road. You can't buy fuel. You can't sell fuel. Sorry? What did you say?
If you're also doing direct haulage, you lock the back, and your only manager that will be in Abuja will be the only person that can open the truck when you get to Abuja. So these
are things that people should sit down and look at it and know what to do. Now,
okay, Zege, just before you so you can answer all together, I'm thinking about something. Would it work? Let me just give you this analogy if it's going to work, because you're an experienced person, I see. Let's assume this driver is going. Let's assume this driver is going from Onitsha to Jos, and I place someone in Makurdi that when the truck, I will tell him the name of the truck and the color and everything. So if the truck, I will tell the driver to make a stop here and pick something for me in this place in Makurdi. He's not going to know I have planted someone there. So when the guy comes, so that my guy that I planted there will just go around the truck and video everything and send to me to know if this is actually what I gave him to at least to take.
Wait first. Is the truck an open body or container body? That's another thing. Can somebody see what is inside?
No. The normal long trailer now, build iron body and they put tarpaulin on top.
Okay, tarpaulin. Okay, that means it is still open.
Yeah, it is still open. Yeah.
You can't see what is inside.
No. He's going to stop, and I will tell him, let that guy inspect the truck. You understand? They will open it for him to inspect.
Impa, please, can I help him out? Because this is what I'm also into very well.
Clifford, one day so you will still say human being.
Can I help him out?
Yeah, go on.
All right. See, Bellamy, the thing is that for Zege, the reason why I was giving you thumb down when you were speaking at a certain point, let me just make it clear. Not that you were making a lot of sense, but at a point, you talked about that Dangote cannot accept you if you don't have up to 6 trucks. That was why I gave you thumb down, because that was not correct. I'm a sub-distributor to Dangote Cement. Why my direct boss, my guy, is an Anambra man that I served and I worked with before I left, is a direct distributor to Dangote. And when we started, he was not having any truck, but at a point we started with one, and that one actually came from somebody. He was so much afraid running the business with truck because he doesn't want the problem of haulage and all of that, but I gave him the man that we can do it. And so we started with one, but today he is having about 12 trucks. But what we did was that, like Zege, you said, tracker. About one unique thing about the Dangote system is that the tracker is such sophisticated that if the truck is carrying, because the Dangote truck carries 45 tons for the biggest truck for the cement, then the shorter truck carries 30 tons. And the tracker is such that if the thing is carrying goods, you will know from the tracker. If the truck is empty, you will know.
If it's if it's on motion, you have that tracker that if it's on motion, you know, and you stop it.
Yes. Even as I'm talking,
I don't know what you're scared of.
Hello. Even as I'm talking to you now, despite that I've left my boss for some time now, but I still have a lot of the truck, their tracking system in my device. I can track some of them even till now. That if they're on motion, I know. I have had an experience where a driver went to park somewhere and was doing whatever. So I had to track the driver, then screenshot his environment. It was at somewhere around the Jabode, the road safety office there. The thing showed, I screenshot the environment and everything in my device. And that was what I took when I went there, when he wanted to deny it, and everything was so clear. That was why my boss had to relieve him of his job. And then when you are talking about a good driver, there is no good driver for this business. If you are lucky, you can have some that are better. There is no region where you can say you will go and have a good driver. There is no face that you can pin and say. So for me, my experience working with my boss and also dealing with a lot of driver as somebody who deals on cement and all of that is that in looking for a driver, I would like to say that age matters. Some of those drivers that have had experiences, some of those drivers that has done a lot of careless things, and now they have gotten to a certain age where they don't want to lose their job anymore, where they want to maintain a level of integrity. From experience, because when we started, we had one truck and we employed a guy from Kogi brought the truck and we retained him, and he has been with my boss for many years now, and he's doing so well, and he has helped to coordinate it. If you have one good driver that is the head driver and is helping you coordinate the rest, helping you give certain, because some driver may come to say, okay, like this, he will be able to interrogate those drivers because of his experience. That will also help. But saying that you can look at face and have a good driver, that is not true. There is no region where good drivers come from. But you can have a good, yes, I understand you, coming perfect. You can have a good tracking system. In a good tracking system, Zege talked about locking the tank. That's also another thing, again, that is very, very effective. You lock the tank and also give a time. This is where you are going to. It will take so and so day, and then the tracking system will tell you.
Not in Nigeria, because there could be traffic, there could be accident, there could be anything.
Yeah, they could be. They could be. But if you have a good tracking system, the tracker will tell you exactly where the truck is. The tracker will tell you exactly where the truck, the location per time. It will tell you the location per time. Is so accurate. I've used it for many years and it's so accurate. It's so accurate. There is nothing like I'm here and I'm here. It's accurate.
All right, thank you so much. Please, let's come back to Ritosin. Are you there, Ritosin? Oh, he left already. Okay, no wahala. And let's take Melody. Wait, you don't also leave. What's going on? Okay, thank you. How you doing? Han, are you there? No.
Perfect. I'm here. Just listening to you guys, you know.
Okay, please.
I'm a businessman, but
in the next, I don't know, in 5 minutes time, this page will crash, just in case I'll open up again, just in case my network breaks out.
Can I go on? Can you guys hear me? Can I go on?
Go
on. I've been listening to you guys, and well, I'm a businessman. You know, this is your trucking business. Person like me, I'm not patient for that kind of something. I don't like arguments. People like, you know, this life is business is about trucks. And whenever I can't trust somebody, I'm not patient. I can't shout, you know. But right now, I'm doing a business I'm being okay with. But there's something there's one thing with business for me. If there's somebody that you can't trust that is inside your chain, you cut him off. It's just like what your imperfect you were saying, that somebody will offend you in your business and it comes to beg you and all those things. I have one guy in Ireland. This guy, I just met this guy inside a shop, and the guy saw me, and the guy said, "Oh, what you want to do?" I said, "I want to buy market," and he said, "Okay, I can supply you." Do you know? I said, "Okay, wait, me, my wife come." My wife came in, and I introduced my wife to the guy in case I'm not around. This guy started to load things for me, and he started doing all kind of clandestine things, which I figure out after I travel back. When I beg me, I discover I beg me, I forgive him. First time it took me for a while to forgive him, but he now called my wife to beg me. My wife begged my wife, so I just okay. I give him the second opportunity. He still do the same thing. If I cannot figure it out, and this time my wife for buying it, he even use it for my wife self. And the whole something is that he and my wife can speak the same language. I say your own person, you still do it. From there now I put the business on stop. I don't even want to buy anything from him. He make my business day on stop. I have to divert my money to other products. And now I divert my money to other product. Now this other guy I'm using, this guy is very consistent and he's even doing everything. I'm happy. You see, human being in this world, when they have opportunity, they feel that it's sharp. I want to, those kind of something. I even right now planning to go back to Nigeria. I want to go and meet inside shop. I say, look, life is not the way you are thinking. You eat today, do business with the guy. If the guy is doing business with me, at least that guy for don't eat more than 20 million for my hand. You understand? Like me, I say transaction for don't pass through me and 20 million. See the guy when I was dealing with, I have to go into a food item now. The guy I was dealing with now, the guy is enjoying my something. The guy can even, I told you, the guy can release goods for me without even paying. He released almost 10 million naira goods for me. For them to fair load the container, made the thing they go first before I even put money. Said, this is where we are talking about trucks. Now, if you see my something now, the thing every day the thing increasing. But he gets, I don't want to be calling people name. If I start calling people say I'll be bigotry, I'll be this. So that's why I see, as you see me now, I'm really cutting certain individual inside my something. If you go to, like now, see Alaji now, Alaji when they change money for me now, I'm not there. Once I just enter, say the money don't enter the country. The first thing the Alaji meet me, say business is about trucks. And that is how the man stand with me. Once my money enter, he go pick them up. As I tell him, when I go drive for a single with 2 naira, 3 naira, he go say, okay, see how this one to be. As he banking, everything from there, for me, I'll just start to the transfer, they give people for my goods is coming. If people who are criminal, who are feel they are smart, you'll crumble your business. For me, anybody where you face those kind of people, for me now, right now, I need to take any patient. I will cut you off immediately because any sliding mistake, you lost millions. Because they feel they are smart, but that thing is a foolishness. It's very foolishness. I'm telling you. Whereby you just try to, even for you to do business, even if you get a maybe say 100 naira and you order for almost 500,000 a carton of goods, 100 naira times some. Then before you know, if 100 naira not do okay, but some people they'll call the duke as they open carton will put another product. When you go there, you know see what you buy again. You where you supply good customer will say, but see what is it. Right now, you know what they are doing. Not when we supply goods here, they will put the carton, they see what it is inside the carton, they will tear all the cartons. They won't see whether now even the goods. Now how the locals they are doing here because they know they say they face something see we did the order, not what they see for inside the carton. And when you argue with them, say, but now what I supply you now, why you that thing spoil your business, your contract, everything. For me, I always tell the people, say, open the carton, they will tear the carton, they say, I want my business straight, I don't want anything that. And you don't know, say that's something happen from the source. And when you call the source say I supply the thing now, where is it coming from? Argument will start coming in. So business is about trust. Even the first, for me, I will trust it for any business to do. But the problem is that if I don't have any trust, anything that will give me a dick, that will start making me argue, I don't want to fix myself in that something. Anything that will make my money cheap, sliding me, because I'm looking the currency exchange rate. That is my business most important first. Then before that. But if I be in Nigeria, I can't do business in Nigeria. Those of you are in overseas doing business to give somebody make a run business for you. You're trying, I will congratulate you very much. For me, I can't take that risk because I know I will lose my money. I can't even do it. Even to build ourselves, I can't even give person to build us for me. I dey come down, they do my things myself. I will come out, leave them for them. That's how I do because I know all those things for beginning. Say person we always use it to make money. So imperfect, that's what I have for the something. I always contract you. I'm listening. Thank you very much.
I bet if you want to build your house, I bet you give me the cement contract, man, supply you cement too.
Mr. Man, I even try my own blood brother. They even they want me. They even they want me safe. They even put a times 100 it. So when I come grant, not be say sister safe. You know what did they do me? You know, when you don't come for us, you enter. If you say you pack it, but I made the just use that opportunity. They take you down. When I discover, it make me and then today we are quarreling. Waiting. So these are one thing. You not get anybody you trust for that country. That's why you see our country today, the situation of our country today in government, in every aspect.
Rule number one, you don't use your brothers to do business. Business success is not genetical. You use people you can deal with, people you can fire. Those are the people you use to do business to start with. Some of you make a lot of money.
No, I'm not talking about the business. I'm talking about these as issues. Like when you send a message, like maybe you send a message now, they would do their own, put their own on top. Instead of they would tell you saying at 10,000, they would tell you saying at 25,000 because they won't get their own something on top. Your own brother, my own sister, that's what they do.
Now cement at the step. So I'm a sub distributor to Dangote Cement. You are dealing with me directly. I supply you your goods. You pay me my money. We don't have another business until next time.
No, wahala. Now me and now Delta State I do. I need the builders for Lagos. So now only my state are the builders. I never builders for any other state.
You give your brother transport fare. You give her transport. You give her miscellaneous money.
Why you need my transport? I dey give her everything, but they will still want to do their own. They will buy land from that something.
You give her miscellaneous.
I give her everything. I give her everything. Nothing where I don't get. I even give her gift safe. I even give her something when I dey come. I buy things. I will sleep put credit.
You give her wife. You give her wife.
Give her what?
Wife.
The guy don't marry now. They don't marry. Most of them, all my brothers are married. They are married. They have their own thing, but still yet they will still want to. Is he not my younger brother? I don't be send a message. You say phone is set.
You go use your money buy pampers.
Lord, Mr. Ma is my younger brother. Anything I tell him to do, he will do it for me. I can even shout for himself. He's my younger brother. Even he marry himself, I will see it. I want to say he make any mistake. Self, I will sit there and say, Mr. Man, we take that. He's my younger brother. I can't shout for any other, but this is a boy when me and I grow up. He's my younger brother. If he marry, what do you want?
They sending me the message. They send me message. I beg. They send me message.
Really sweet.
That is lovely, you know.
Father rice
Many
dey
people know
there.
they eat. Many
Abakaliki rice
people.
dey there. Let's promote those ones. Leave all of these other worry where we dey worry, my brother. Chop the one where they where you dey. Let's focus. You know.
So local rice, even big men now, nobody they eat. Now local rice, not everybody they eat because it's sweet and it dey nutritious. They get. So if you check out person will go buy fuel, person will go buy fuel gas, if they get me, then you go enter even if you get car or you don't get car, you go dey come out now, no be transportation. Bike now, each place, if you like anywhere you like, drop for bike now na 200. If you like, enter here, enter bike now, just 2 posts, 200, anywhere, no matter how short it is. If you dey go far place, you know how much you go pay for. If you get one day why I calculate am, so okay. Since like this fuel don't they give me for car, don't they worry me so much. What thing I do? I just park car for 2 days. Transportation way I spend, going and coming, spend that. Even if to bring my son for school, if you calculate all those things, you discover that it's better you buy fuel of 4K and go where you go because if you calculate what you go spend for bike and taxi, it still don't reach 4K a day. It still don't reach 4K a day. So I don't know why 100K go
4K,
do
4K, like how many liters of fuel will give you?
No, 4K now. 4K go give me at least if I buy for 750, if I get where they say 750, it will give me 5.36 liters. But if I buy guarantee, if I buy where they say, if I buy where they sell 810, 4 liters of 4K go they give me 4.33 liters. You understand? So you discover say Oga, even if you waka come back, make game before you go reach house, the money don't finish. So if Nigeria, if Labour Congress accept this thing, I wonder how they are being manipulated. When a senator they go home almost 29 million a month, and they are sitting down, they are not doing anything. Did they get me? And they are giving you this peanut, you are suffering. If that money self no go to anywhere. You no go imperfect. Now, this is what I tell you now. Me personally, I don't enter market one day, go buy food stuff. It get me. So because money I was giving my wife, I was thinking when you come back in a small bag, where the thing will be. Now small bag, if you see how small bag it be, I go look and say, this thing where you buy, buy other things. Say you don't buy now, I'm mad. And now I now enter market one day, okay? I discover say even my wife said the pity for me in the try. I know sabi buy. I buy more than waiting at the giver. Stay yet, I know see him. I know see him. So what is the top? If you see 100K, if 100K and if you enter market now buy rice, you know go feel buy tomato now. You might hear the reason I offer. Because a pint of tomato now is about 6,000 naira. Okay, 10,000 something. A pint of tomato now is 10,000 something. Half pint is 5,000 something. You understand? So if you buy them, take 100K, that guy 100K go collapse for market. He never even go clothe himself. We are talking about food stuff now. So if Labour Congress that accept this kind of offer, I don't know whether the officials are being bribed or settled. You understand? But in a normal, is not supposed to be accepted. Are you getting me? They need to shut down everywhere. I not the civil servant. I mean, I'm a businessman on my own. But as he be, now so it's supposed to be. So if perfect, you wait there. I don't know how long you buy something for Nigeria. Maybe you don't take.
All right. Thank you so much. I thought April, May last year, you could still buy a can of a carton of malt for like at least 5K, 6K, beer to the same thing. But now,
Malt now, better malt.
Hold on.
Better malt now. Imperfect, better malt, the cheapest malt or charm malt. Those malts are being bought at the price of 8,500. 8,500. Are you getting me? Now, if you want to drink Maltina or high malt, those ones are the price of 11,500. 11,500. Do you know Pampers? Do you know how much it is? When I gave birth to my first son, I was buying Pampers 4,500, 4,800. I was buying what is it called? What was the name of this Pampers? I was buying that Pampers within the range of 5K, original Pampers. Morphin.
And still they born in this bad economy.
Wait. Make I tell you, whether I like it or not, children are important because when I see them, it will give me more hope to work hard. I know dolly moment. I must discover how to survive because of them and make them look good. You know. Now, imperfect. Now, that Pampers is sold at the price of 12,500. 12,000. What? Imagine person we born twins, we born a juma. You know, none. As of 2001, 2021. Nan was sold at 2008, 2007. Nan. Do you know how much it is? Nan is 8,500.
Sorry, how many pieces did that Pampers really talk about? How many? That one that is for 12,000. Is it 40 or 30 or how many?
I wonder how they go will they accept this kind of offer? I don't know for them. I don't know. Nigeria for you. They go clap for strikes. At the end of the day, they don't achieve anything.
Sorry, can you guys hear me, please?
Yeah, hello. Imperfect. I feel go ahead.
I know the year I'm again.
Imperfect. I feel go on. All right. Yeah, thank you. Let's dissect this topic that you've just put in now, 75K minimum wage. Imperfect. Let me ask you a question. Obviously, who are these minimum wage actually for? I know you live abroad and we obviously both live abroad. I always want to have this conversation and I'm happy we have this kind of platform so people can judge and probably talk because I know that minimum wage are entry level into a workplace. And anything that is entry level, as you know, I would understand that for probably people who just finished university, who don't have children, or people who are going into employment newly, you understand, or people who are starting employment. You see, the fixation for minimum wage sometimes gets me confused. And in Nigeria, which I know it's totally different from abroad, is when there's a new minimum wage, you know, it's spread across all levels of the employment. So if your minister or your permanent secretary earns 500,000, once that minimum wage goes up to 75,000, that means whatever that percentage is, it reflects on his own salary. So that's on one side. So minimum wage is on two sides in Nigeria. And minimum wage is just for federal civil servants. You're talking about 1.2 million people. So whatever decision is made on 1.2 or 1.5 million people, let's even say 2 million people out of 200 million, we're all affected. And this is what I don't understand. So 1.5 million federal workers, you understand, are asking for this minimum wage. And obviously, they are probably going to be better suited. You and I are not suited. You know, the man who is talking about buying Pampers, buying food, is probably not affected. That salary doesn't come to him. And as you know how wicked and evil the average Nigerian person is, once that minimum wage goes up, that means the prices of everything around them goes up. If you go to your landlord would increase your rent. If you go to your market, they will tell you that, but you people have minimum wage. So there's a fundamental problem around this minimum wage discussion. Personally, I think we need to fix the economy. If the economy, if the food is not cheap, if the food is not right, you see, a lot of the economics we do in Nigeria is just falsehood. You know, if you go abroad, they will tell you that under normal circumstances, you should only spend a certain percentage of your salary on either rent, food, or utility. They go with that. So whatever the government do, or whatever wage they increase, it's fixed with all of these things in mind. So they know you can have a standard of living. In Nigeria, we're just doing wishy-washy. People are supporting increase. People are supporting whatever they're supporting without obviously having an insight. So the question for me, who does minimum wage really affect in Nigeria? Is it you and I? Is it the market woman? Or those people who are actually doing the job? So if it is those people who are actually doing the job, how do you define what minimum wage should be, or who should receive minimum wage? Is it imperfect, who probably already has 10 years experience in another job, and you're moving from one job to the other? Are you expected to be paid 75,000 or whatever thousand, 100,000 or whatever? No, you're not. So who actually is affected by the minimum wage? You know, if we get things right, we shouldn't be talking about minimum wage. We should be talking about the economy right now, because minimum wage, according to the law, should be reviewed every 4 to 5 years. You know, those things should just come normally. They should have been agreed based on inflation or whatever, you know, rate or parameters you're using. If you go abroad, they use a parameter to increase that minimum wage. And now there's also, you know, give and take. So you increase minimum wage for people. What about the businesses? So if I employ you now and I'm expected to pay you 75,000, then I must increase my prices. So who does it benefit on the long run?
Okay, according to what I heard, I said if you have workers, some are going to himself, sorry guys, oh God, wow, Tinubu, when you have about 24 employees or 26, they need to pay them that minimum wage. I stand to be corrected.
There's no law that says that you have to in Nigeria. That law is only applicable to federal workers. A lot of people who work in restaurants don't even earn that amount. The average restaurant you see in Nigeria, it's only now that you're seeing people earning better wages, which is obviously above the current minimum wage. Let me tell you, let me bust a bubble. I know a particular church in Nigeria that employed people, and I know how much. It's a big church, and I'm not going to mention their name because I know somebody who works there, and I know how much he earns. So this minimum wage is not even applicable.
Make I cut their names for you. Redeem, winners.
You don't start.
Synagogue.
You don't start.
Now you.
I don't even fear. I know they like go. But what I see. Let me answer a question for you. See, my brother, a lot of the problems with us is that we don't plan. People always talk about how much is a bag of rice. I can't remember when last I bought a bag of rice. Even in the abroad, you know, you probably buy 5 or 10 kg. Your 10 kg will last you for as long as you eat, because you eat other food. So these are part of what I'm saying.
Abimbola.
I hear you, imperfect.
Okay, you do abroad, definitely, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your parents there with you.
My people live in Nigeria. I understand where you're coming from.
Your mom and your dad.
Yeah.
I mean, you try and ask your mom or your dad, say, every Sunday, whether
they still the job price.
No, now you get it now. For real. I don't know whether you get people who come back, even like just like 10 cups of rice. Make them borrow them.
No, we don't live in that kind of environment. Calm down, my brother. We don't live in that kind of environment. Let me tell you something. Imperfect. I understand what they're going through because I distributed food just this last week. You understand? So I perfectly understand what you're saying. You understand? Part of my distribution was spaghetti, semovita, rice. You understand? I can tell you how much the prices of some of these food items are. You understand? Yes, people are suffering. I am not. See, suffering get level. Depending on who side you are on, that is where this conversation will roll to. You understand? The times are hard. There's nothing we can do. Whether government pays them 500,000, trust me, the evil in Nigeria, The last 5 kg foreign rice that I bought was 9,000 naira plus. 5 kg. I can guarantee you that rice, once that minimum wage goes to 300k, 500k, if you go back, that prices of that rice will go up. So we need to fix the economy. What is not correct? People came in and said dollar. How does dollar increase affect market woman who is selling tomato?
Can I take you down the lane a little bit? If you can have a little bit of patience and listen to me.
Oga, calm down now. We never begin fight when they talk about patience. Talk your own now, make I go. Calm down. We are here to learn. We are here to learn. There's no patience we both need. Go on,
the honest truth is that you know Nigeria, but you don't live in Nigeria. So you don't appreciate it from the Nigerian point of view. Yes, you know Nigeria. I respect you. You grew up here. You did everything here. Your accent is bloody Nigerian. Your mother, your dad, everybody are helping and assisting. Try stop assisting them for only one month and see what will happen to them. Now, let me explain to you why this minimum wage, which you are trying to balance, give it that abroad look, is not the same in Nigeria. Now, I'll start like this. I don't want to go to food items. Let's try drugs, for instance. Augmentin was how much 1 year ago? How much is Augmentin today? If your dad or your mom wants to buy Augmentin, now they'll cough out 60-something thousand. This is a drug they used to buy 7,000-8,000 naira. As I speak to you, cough out 60-something thousand naira. That's just the beginning of life. Now, let me explain another thing again. Where I live, around Festac, and I want to go to the island before. If I decide I don't have a car, and I decide to jump into a bus and go to the island and come back. 1 year ago, I used to spend about 2,000 naira. As I speak to you now, I spend about 6,000 naira. If you look around in Nigeria, everything around you has devalued. Everything around you has increased in price. The only thing that has not increased is your wage. So why come here and try to gaslight and make us feel that we do not know what is going on? You are talking about everything has dollar value. Sorry, let me bust your small bubble for you, because a lot of people are listening. This time last year, the government rate for clearing goods was official government values. This time now, we're giving what they call it, parallel market values. Now it's almost the same thing as black market value. So when I used to clear my container last year, I used to spend 6-7 million to clear it. Now, as I'm talking to you, I'm spending 18 million there. Who will bear it? Is it me or the people that are outside? Is it rippling? It's like ripples. It's having its effect in everything. Everything in Nigeria has gone up. Even to do hookup now, with due respect to everybody that is listening, even to do hookup now, prices have changed. That's why a girl can go on and tell that for you to see her because you will pay 500,000. I believe no, for you to talk to her, you will pay. Everything is crazy because Nigeria is. Sorry, I added that just for smiling.
Honestly, no, Uncle Zega, you are right.
So the point, when I only came up when I started listening to you, the reality on ground is this. They see that your rice that you are talking about, that is a 5 kg of basmati rice. I know the rice, I eat it. But I eat a more advanced one. That one is called for obesity and diabetics. That one, I used to buy that same rice this time last year for 6,000, between 6,000 and 7,000. As I'm talking to you now, I'm buying it for 18,000 naira. So imagine if you are in my kind of shoe, someone like me that has health challenges, I have to live. For me to be alive, I have to take some precautions in life. You come here and you are telling me that there's no reason for them to do it. See,
Zege, I think you're misquoting me, and you need to stop this your false narrative. You understand? There's no gaslighting. Hang on a second, because I think I probably wouldn't take it anymore. I think one of the things you need to do is that do not twist what I've said. You understand? Do not twist what I've said. You understand? If you want sympathy for what you want to say, that's up to you. So stop it.
Abimbola, hold on, please. Zeke, he didn't try to actually gaslight us. I think he just asked a question and he's trying to make us see how we can say things from both sides of the coin. He didn't actually try to like
Let me
himself,
let me apologize to him so
but
that
he
he
was,
won't feel bad. Let me apologize. Please, I'm sorry for
yeah,
using the word gaslighting, but
yeah,
the
he
honest
explained
truth,
it.
I've apologized to him. I hope he accepts it.
No,
Please, I'm sorry. But
Zege, I do not accept it because you see, this is what we do whenever we come to this platform. We always want our own opinion to be overriding. Go back and listen to all I've said. I've said we must fix the economy. Regardless of whatever they put the minimum wages, there's always a ripple effect. Every price increase, every situation, the evil in Nigeria would always make us increase the prices. I have in nowhere said that there shouldn't be a minimum wage or there should not be an increase. I am for fixing the economy, making the value in the naira you have. So you earn 100,000. You should be able to go to Ireland whenever. You should be able to do all of these things. So you make the minimum wage 500,000 naira. The prices of that drug is still expensive, from 7,000 to 66. How does that minimum wage fix that? So they move your minimum wage to 500,000. You are taking 66,000 to buy the same medication because you have 500,000. Your bag of rice is still 90,000 going up. So look at all of these parameters. Don't just let us be sentimental and be emotional about this matter. Let's drop it down. Look at those things based on what you know about Nigeria. Forget if I'm not, I am in Nigeria at the moment. You understand? I frequent Nigeria. He just mentioned something which I do earlier in the conversation. I stay in Nigeria a lot of time. I see what is going on. I might not feel those things because I am not in that situation. But what I am saying, the fact is not just about increasing minimum wage, it's fixing the economy so that there's value for that 500,000 that the NLC is asking for. Somebody make a difference between the senators and whatever, you understand. No, none of these people would ever listen to you. I'm not even bothered about what the senator earned, you understand, because their total salary as last year, their total package was 150 billion. And the total, budget was 20 something trillion, which, obviously, if you look at it, me personally, what I'm for is for us to fix that economy, whereby this money, 75, 150, 500,000 has value. Without value, the money is worthless. This is where I'm going. I yield the mic.
can I reply you, or do I let it go?
Okay, please, just a minute, more again.
So, sorry, I apologize to you if you feel the way I came on you is strong. I'm sorry, but the reality on ground is that people are suffering. No matter how we look at fixing the economy or whether increasing or not increasing the salary, the major thing is that people are suffering. Everything has increased in Nigeria except wages. And if you keep going that line that fix economy, it's only those that come out alive that we are able to sustain. That is why things like corruption, all these things are growing in our system. Even 5-year-old children, you send them on errands, they expect you to tip them. This is not what our culture was like before. So everything is that no matter how much you look at it, the first fundamental thing in every situation is, first of all, we must have a situation in which the country can work. I agree with you with fixing the economy, but you don't fix the economy by saying subsidy is gone. You don't fix the economy by coming out and giving some people large intake of money for them to buy bogus cars. And after all, you tell me you're living large and you're telling me tighten my belt so that you can live large. That's not how they fix the economy. The reality on ground is that we have to make the country work. And first of all, what we need to make the country work is that we have to talk to ourselves on how to reduce our excesses from top to bottom. Everybody, from the top to the bottom, everybody will tighten belt. That's all I want to say to you. Thank you. Have a nice day and then welcome back to Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Please, I want to ask, waiting this augmenting, I don't hear that drug name several times. Which people they take on very good? Like, what does it do? Is it like manpower?
It's a very good antibiotics. I don't know if it's for GIT or I don't know which part of the body it is for. I'm not a doctor, but it's a very good antibiotics that is strongly recommended for good. Not all this half nonsense.
That antibiotic is good for basically when you have eye typhoid, or maybe probably those ladies where they get infection and all of those things, and guys too. It's very good, very, very good. And I think there are some other purposes that is being used for medically, but it's a reliable one.
It's actually used for post-surgery.
Yeah.
It's actually used for post-surgery. Mostly when surgery is done without augmenting, you cannot get well.
Nine or been enough to retreat to space. I share the link to others. So we do it already. I want to ask the question. McDonald, are you there? McDonald, are you there? I will get the king on this page. Okay, Zege, you have kids already. You don't tell you them. I will who don't buy Pampers in the last 2, 3, or 4 years here, babe?
My wife, they sell Pampers. Waiting up.
Oh, okay, lovely. And those Pampers, are they made in Nigeria or imported?
Some are made here in Nigeria, somewhere in Ogun State. Some are imported from China. Most of them, there are even Huggies is made here now locally. I can't remember the name of the company. There's another company called Dr. Brown. It's made here in Lagos. Dr. Brown, yes, it's here made here in Lagos. I think somewhere in Ikorodu. So there are many. It's a mixture of different types. So that's what else again you want to know?
Okay, because the companies that have left Nigeria so far since Tinubu came into power because of taxation and everything. Why? I mean, those foreign companies. Is there any way the Nigerian government should take over those companies and employ people to be producing those things up to that standard? Is it possible? Or do you have like private sectors or investors that want to take over the company and start running those companies, and then the government should waive taxes for them? Like if they are to pay like 40% tax, they should allow them pay just, let's say, 20% instead. Is it possible? I think through that means they can employ more people, and those goods will be available for consumption. Or what do you guys think, please?
The first truth you should know is that most companies that are living are not living because of taxation. Most companies are living because of a non-conducive environment for them to operate in. Now, the first major headache any company in Nigeria has is what? Power. Power is a major constraint because you'll be giving him a bill of 120 million every month for his power consumption, and he's spending 160 million in buying diesel. That's the first major thing.
That is nonsense. That is bullshit.
When they say non-conducive atmosphere, when they receive, most times, not all times, most times, the first thing they say is power. The next aspect of it that comes around is this, what we call our own environmental factors. They are liars. The man will produce everything. As soon as he drives his product out of his company, some people will stand in front of there and demand 2 million before the truck can go. So there are many, many, many factors that are affecting. I don't have all of them, but major thing is that is the unconducive atmosphere that is leading many companies to go out.
Okuzege, a lot of them are coming to Ghana to come and start up this thing in Ghana. That's why you see most of them when they leave Nigeria like that, their next protocol is Ghana, because at least worst case, I know that it's not like the light is stable, but it's still better, very better compared to Nigeria.
I've lived in Ghana. I've lived in Ghana for some time, and I can assure you that light in Ghana is fantastic.
Zege, if you look at what Imperfect is asking, Imperfect, let me just go back to that question. Can the government not take over those things and do it better? Because, Imperfect, it's a very good question. What can we actually do differently? It's one thing for us to condemn some things, but what can actually be done differently? Because you just mentioned something very important. Even you that is an importer, that you deal in, once you come out from the wharf, you have several checkpoints. At what point do we keep talking about these things and not have a solution to them? I think a little bit of insight into what can be done differently would also help, because it's saddening to still be talking about this issue of light, this Agbero, year in, year out. what can actually be done?
Can I answer you, please?
Okay, please, guys. We have people that want to speak. Let us hear from them, please. Come back to Alex. Mr. This one really native, this man. Like this noble economy, the people you and your family. Or Odu, please, Mr. Odu, yeah, go on, please. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I've been hearing the big men speak, and I really appreciate their points. Mr. Abimbola, God bless you. Mr. Zeg, I respect you. You see, I see a whole lot of things happening in Nigeria, and I feel like our government, people that are in the aim of affairs, they are doing all these things deliberately. And it's sadly that they are out of this system. They came out of this system before they become what they become. So why are they making life very, very, very difficult for common men? While I was living in Ibadan, in Oluyole, I could remember that time P&G was in Oluyole Extension. P&G was functioning well. I know numbers of people that are working in P&G and they were living fine. P&G employed a whole lot of people. In fact, before I finished from University of Ibadan, it was certain for me that I can work in that company because I had so many people in my church that work in that P&G. But because of the bad road that lead to that area, the governor of Oyo State, they could not reach an agreement on just to repair that road. They were just going back and forth on repairing that road. P&G had to leave that area because of bad road, because of electricity issue. These are the things why it is not to serve to do a government to practice good governance. It's not even hard. It's not a hard thing to do. A 18 years old boy can even look at a thing and fix it. But our government, they will just be doing anyhow. In fact, it's crazy. It's crazy. And as regards this minimum wage, no matter how they increase it, if they don't fix the system, if they don't fix the economy, if our case will just be like Tanzania, we'll just be carrying big money around, and the money will be valueless. So there are a whole lot of things that need to be done in the system. They are just wasting time, wasting resources, wasting life. People are moving out of Nigeria in numbers. They are moving to Europe, to US, to go. We are losing talents. A whole lot of talent are moving away from Nigeria. And one thing is that they don't know is that human resources is even more important. That's why China is thriving well because of so many resources and human resources. Are you the mic?
Thank you so much. Please, what year was that? What year did this P&G? Was it like 10 years ago, 15 years
That was,
ago?
I think it was 2015
No,
that they left.
No, you are wrong. P&G left. Let me explain now. P&G first started by breaking itself into two. The side that makes the Vicks in that Oluwole factory, the Oluwole factory that makes the seeds, they sold it, I think, around 2018 or 2019. Around that time was when they first sold it. Then later on, about 2021 about 2021, they now, it's 21 or 22, they now sold their main factory that is inside. I've been to both factories. I know where they are in Oluwole Estate. Now, the point that is there is that people have to realize that it's not only P&G. If you look around, even Liver Brothers in Agbara, so many things have happened. And it's all because of what? Unconducive atmosphere. We've been singing this thing since I was a child, since 1980. Unconducive atmosphere. When are we going to grow up?
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let us hear from whose hand is up. Forchi, is it Forchi? Forchi, are you male or female? I don't know. Is it for City?
Hello, good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
For City, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
You expect woman voice,
last
you
time.
can't hear my own.
Hello,
Yeah,
good morning.
Okay, now, man. Okay, for City, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, just leave and come back if possible. Gabriel, I don't know if you want to speak, but you had your hands up before. Gabriel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Over to you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, actually went off when who was that talking after Ziggy or so? He was talking about Ghana and how most of these companies move to Ghana. There's a very simple reason. I just left Ghana not long, and the environment there is so welcoming. You see a situation whereby companies thrive, even though at a point in time the cost of living in Ghana was very high, but you could see companies coming in. And at the same time, you could see there's job opportunities. The environment was so welcoming to the point that jobs were being created every now and then. And that is how an economy works. Once the companies coming in, the people who are investing are coming in, the jobs will definitely flow. And that's how an economy works. But what we have here in Nigeria is a situation where the government deliberately, the government of Buhari to be specific. I remember back in Ghana when he actually closed the borders. He has this notion that most of these West African countries were actually relying on Nigeria, but not the case. Rather, Nigeria was actually benefiting from these West African countries. Most of these companies were actually selling their products all the way to Benin, Togo, Ghana, Burkina Faso, and all the way up to Cote d'Ivoire. All these trucks come into Nigeria, pick products that are being produced here in Nigeria, and move down to the West African countries. So they were relying on Nigeria in terms of, the products that were produced here. But when the government became hostile, it makes more sense for them to go to Ghana, which is even closer to most of these African countries. Ghana is more strategically located to be able to provide for both Togo, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, and Burkina Faso. So Nigeria actually was the big loser in this case. So you find out that the government, I really don't know whether they have chaff in their brains and so on. They cannot even read the situation and say, this is how this thing works. Simple economy is to allow the private sector work. I'm not seeing the situation in this current government. How do you allow the private sector work? Those are the biggest employers of labor. How many people can government employ? And how many can they actually absorb? But the private sector is where the business are. And once you begin to produce, once you begin to have companies, private sector begin to do things and they're empowered, that is when you begin to see most of this problem begin to come down. Inflation begin to come down because more people are being employed. All these eateries, all those things, the economy begin to stimulate because money is in the hands of many people. But that's not the situation we're seeing here. We're seeing a government that is just reliable on tax. How do you encourage people to come? I've seen a situation in Ghana where they have created a tax-free zone somewhere around after Tema. There's this place, after Tema, where they have this free trade zone and they're encouraging companies to come there and build and then provide jobs for their people. What do we have here? We have a situation where government just thinks it can tax. You can tax in the air where there's no production. Want to tax
Tema community.
Yeah. There's a particular name they call it. I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, there's a particular place. They're just along after Tema, as if you're coming down to Aflao. So you cannot tax your way to you cannot grow in an economy where you just keep on taxing. Even the Western world knows this. You must produce before you can tax. You must allow the economy to produce first before you can tax. People must be working. People must have this thing. You have a lot of people jobless. You have a lot of unemployment, and yet you are taxing. The first thing is to create an environment where people can produce, where people can be employed. Once you move people out of unemployment, that's when you can tax. That's when you can get more. And people are willing to pay because they have something to do. When a lot of people are not doing anything and you're taxing, what are you taxing actually? Taxing poverty? Want to tax people's life? I don't understand. So that's the situation. And this government seems not to have it at all. They seem as if tax is just the only thing they know. But that's just their nature of the touting in Lagos and all those things, and that's the same situation they're trying to portray in the entire Nigeria. It will not work. And lastly, another issue that is making it more difficult for this country, for the country now, and this is the issue of food. And how is it going up? It's a very simple thing. During the days of Buhari,
Buhari has had a situation whereby farmers were not allowed to go to farm. Most of the food that we consume in Nigeria actually done mostly in the north and the north central. And those were the places where these bandits were attacking, most especially the farming areas. Those who actually come out to produce most of the food that we eat out here are being attacked. That's why you're seeing a situation whereby there's no food in circulation, there's so much population, and we cannot feed ourselves. And as such, that is why the food is out there going skyrocketing. That's a simple analogy. There's nothing you can do about it. When you have more food in the in the circulation, then you have a situation whereby there's a glut, and then prices will definitely come down. But when you have a situation whereby there's no farming harvest, there's no harvest, and listen, this is the first time in my entire life I've seen a situation somewhere last year where during the harvest, food prices were going up. Normally, in those days when there is harvest, you find out that prices of goods go down drastically. For the first time in my life, where I'm in Jos right now, as we speak, in Plateau State, this is where we produce most tomatoes, Irish, and all those things. But you find out that during the December period, you can buy a basket for as low as 100 naira. Benue State is where is my this thing. I've seen a situation whereby during their glut season, people buy a basket of tomato for 15 naira. I've seen it. But as we speak right now, how much is a basket of tomato? Even during the harvest, it becomes a problem. You couldn't see it going down. Everything was just going up. So the signs were there because farmers were not being allowed to go to farm. Count Plateau, count Southern Kaduna, count Benue. All these places, these are where the foods come out. And none of them is going to farm because a lot of them have been attacked, they've been massacred, and the government has not done anything. I expect this new government to come out and then make it as a strategic plan to make sure that these farmers go back to farm. What do? You tackle the bandits, make sure they go back to where they are and allow the farmers to farm, and then you see this situation go. But none. There's no sense in them. So I doubt. We still have a lot to go. I yield the mic. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please, I'll send you a DM later. We need to talk. Are you into this farm forest business, agri business?
Actually, I've done something like that some time ago, but I have my company now. I'm into water.
Yeah, he's into water. No? You should know Gabriel. Gabriel is into water. He has a water company.
Yeah. That was a different thing altogether. Yeah. Thank you.
You know, say Ghana no get water.
I'll still reach out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Where is Force City? Are you there?
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. And thanks for the opportunity to speak. Imperfect. The topic is
this voice sounds familiar.
Sir?
This voice sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, I used to come to your space most of the time. Then I've chatted with you sometimes, you know. So
you live in America, right?
Yes, I'm in the US. Yes.
Is it not La Casera or La Canzo?
Sir?
La Casera or La Canzo, right?
No, I'm in Maryland. I think we are spoken. I changed. Maryland. Yeah. Okay. So to me, the 75K minimum wage and fixing the economy, I think both are very, very important based on what is happening presently in Nigeria. Okay, things are expensive, and except we want to deceive ourselves, Nigerians are generally underpaid, except we want to deceive ourselves. I always say it, Nigeria has cheapest labor. But unfortunately, as somebody has said, Mr. Bimbola said, if Nigerian government get the economy right, especially the power, okay, even the foreign investors who would like to do their business in Nigeria and possibly even ship their products abroad. All these iPhones of this world, they do it in China because of cheap labor. Some companies leave America to go to Mexico because of cheap labor. It doesn't cost them anything to come to Nigeria because of cheap labor, but some things has to be in place. Number one, the power. Let me tell you, I have a business in Nigeria, I have employees. I've made up my mind, if government decides to pay any amount, I'm going to match it. But the fact is this, one, I'm going to reduce the staff strength, definitely. Okay? And again, it's going to be a conversation between me and the remaining staffs. Okay? This staff change. Now there's no more game. You have to work for what you earn. These are realities on ground. Two, Nigerians' attitude to work, to especially the civil servant, is nothing to write home about. And you cannot blame them because the people are underpaid. And the so-called governors, they don't care. They don't care because they always live on federal allocation. Now, first, they have to face agriculture, massively integrated extensive agriculture. From local government level, they have to invest in agriculture. If we can grow our food, okay, as Yoruba will say it, that is, if hunger is taken away from poverty, it's taken away from poverty, then poverty is reduced. Okay, we have to grow our food. A lot of people have left farming. I always tell people, my grandparents were farmers. We live in the capital. Anytime our parents is taking us for holiday, we are so excited, we are so happy. Because we know we're going to eat all these fruits. FOC. You want to go to farm with them. You want to, and they raise their kids. All of them went to school, they are graduates. But I'm telling you today, none of the 6 kids is a farmer. All those places we used to go that time to go to their farm, people have built house in them. Nobody is farming. I'm talking of Southwest now, where I come from. A lot of people are not farming. The only problem we have traveling back home then is we always tell our parents, no, they always give us a bag, gari, and all these farm things. They don't give us rice. So our parents will have to buy rice and take it with us and give it to them. They have to cook rice for them. Because they don't even cook rice. They don't eat it. So these are the problems we have. One, the government has to fix power. I know how much it cost me to power my company. I spent, when things are still better, during Buhari, I spent over 16 million to install a transformer. 90 kVA generator cost me about 13 million. I don't know how much I buy diesel. You see, these are the problems. When you are spending, and you do inverter, when you are spending about 40 million naira to power your business, how much are you going to pay the staffs? This is where the problem is. This is where the problem is. And that light, they hardly give you 4 hours, 5 hours in a day. So you have to run on generator to produce. So one, it makes cost of production high. It makes you to reduce your staff. It makes you to pay them less because you want to survive too as an investment, as an investor. So government has to fix the economy. One, the power has to work. Two, they have to face agriculture across all levels, local government, state government, and federal government. And again, the people have to change their orientation. If you talk to 10 foreigners, 10 people in abroad, to go and invest back on that, why are you building rentage house, spending 50, 60 million to build 4-bedroom flat and rent it out, and they're going to hold you, they'll tell you, okay, who is going to run it for me? Is it the same Nigerians that will dupe me and finish me? Nigerians have to change their orientation so that people can come and invest too. That's why the government is having this problem. The people do have to change. It's Nigeria that you erect a business of 30 million and somebody wants to build a house of 70 million. They want to buy a car of 15 million from that business of 30 million. That you put them just to manage. So this orientation too has to change from the people, and the government has to do a lot of things. So I yield for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's very difficult now to trust Nigeria. You know, I'm even having issue with one of my friends currently. I've known like almost 20 years, and I'm getting close to even getting invested because of the business deal we did. Him and one other large. In fact, Thunder go fire all those people who will come on speak, talk say, I least I was talking with them. They are too sincere, blah blah blah. If I was not in real life, I'm not gonna like them. Not pick for everybody. Yes. Over 18 my 18M now just they involved. And when I finish, I go put that pictures to online. So all of my way will come and talk say these people they are sincere. That was then, not now. Now criminals full everywhere now from all regions. No south to southeast to northeast to north central to middle belt to east to everywhere, southwest, everybody's on thieves, everybody find way to just make you. Everybody in Nigeria is a suspect. From that, even you said all of them are the
I don't be
thieves.
thief. I don't
the thieves. You carry car, give somebody make it sell. They will carry their car, go give them to their side chick. They was like 3 years. I mean, 3 to 4 months. Come again. So for you, you go say sell this car at the rate of 8 million. Then go put the car at the rate of 10 million. Nobody so come back. Which kind of nonsense? How do you guys expect? Look at what he's saying now. People abroad open company where they want at the rate of 30M. You want to liquidate that company because of your own greed as a manager.
Impa, no be everybody be like that. I no go lie for you.
Impa.
It's not everybody.
It's easy for you guys to say it's not everybody. The moment they trust you with that resources, after 6 months, you will start that attitude. We know what we're talking about. You can defend it, but we know you guys are all the same thing.
Guys, let me give you an example. This one happened imperfect. This one happened, the one that we know. Imperfect.
When you struggle, you go say that okay, take this one now, so take the Uber. After 4 months, you don't give
you again. Yes.
What nonsense? So balance money, so
not be all Nigerians.
Impact, the one that happened to us. Impact, the one that happened to us. 2 different ones. I was into piggery. We've only just liquidated it in December when the prices of feed. This one, a cousin of mine, the husband, the sister and the husband lives in America. Now, the sister to the wife, the brother to the wife lives in Nigeria. They said, what can we do to this guy to help him? You understand? After a long time, this guy is doing well in America. He bought 6 truck head, sent it to Nigeria. Haulage, we'll do this. This guy sold the idea for him. We will run it. We'll do it very well. First 6 months, money was coming in, no problem. Bro, after 6 months, the problem started. This guy started giving excuses. Oh, police this. Oh, that truck, broke down. And the guy is saying, I brought this truck from America. And the condition you bring those cars, truck heads or whatever, they're in fantastic conditions. Took this truck head. 6 months, this guy started giving one story or the other. He said, oh, it's only one truck that is left. Now, the brother-in-law now called us to say that, see, this is the problem he's having. He's giving this guy, this and this and that. We started tracking it. Bro, we started tracking it. We now discovered that the truck were put in the quarry in Abeokuta. So he didn't know the brother-in-law was coming. This guy came. We now came and said, oh, do you know what? We want to see you. Let's discuss business. We went to meet in Ojodubega. This was a few years ago. About 3-4 years ago. Ojodubega. We went to Ojodubega, waited for him. He didn't know his brother-in-law was there with police. This bobo that did not have anything came with an LR3. Brown new LR3. That was how he was arrested. We all now went from Lagos to Abeokuta, where we found out. When we got to the quarry, we asked the people, please, we are looking for this, this and this, this and that. The guy said, this truck, they're very good. Now one, now Yoruba man. He said, you can't hear, now one be that. Now that one, will they take, will they take now? The other ones are coming. That was how this business crumbled. This guy's sister told the husband, if my brother does not go to jail, don't come back to America, I will divorce you. I yield the mic.
Papichulo, check the Jumbotron. You see what I shared there? You don't see them. I don't share this to you before.
I see him.
Truck make you take do higher purchase. Then we carry your truck, which Abuja say the truck break down, so it will take like 4 to 5 days to fix. Then from Abuja carry goods, go Kaduna or Kano, come back in 4 days. Carry the money, put them for their own pocket.
Impa,
is that not green?
Impa, it is wickedness. I know.
You go send things, big people make them sell, then go send at 30, them see instead of like 50. Then I beg, I know.
Impa, make I tell you. See,
let me share a story of a friend. Let me share a story of a friend. Can I go ahead and perfect?
Me, I don't expose person before.
Everybody should just be on their own.
I don't expose person before.
I don't like we check out.
Can I go ahead and perfect? Let me share a story of a friend.
Either Freightliner or Mark Head. To tell you how reliable those.
Yes, Impa. Hey,
imperfect.
I know they're going to full-time haulage, but these people don't be frustrated all the
You
time.
see,
the problem with
You people are mad, I beg.
see,
All of my
the
mad.
problem with all of you is that you are going to businesses you know nothing about.
that's
Who
not true.
goes
That's
into
not
this?
true. That's not true. That is
Now,
not true.
now let me
That is not
let me
true.
break it
That is
down.
not true.
Let me break it down for you. I will
And
sit
that
down
is
here
the
and tell you
opportunity
to
you guys used to do.
Okay, please. Hold on, please. Let's hear from two or three other speakers. I won't have my co-host here. Then we'll come back to you guys. Again, when it comes to such, I beg, some of us don't jump, not just in Nigeria, but other parts of Africa.
I will break it down when I talk again. I will break it down and explain to you why you are all making mistakes, but no problem. I will break it down for you.
All right. Okay, good. Rimazi, are you there? Mazi, are you there? No, you're not there. Okay, Gabriel, don't speak.
No
Later
verse,
for
no verse,
co-host.
no verse. I was actually out of the app. Sorry. Can I speak now?
Okay, go on.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, guys. I was outside the app. Okay. What I want to say is this. I've been hearing what you guys have been saying, but I want to capitalize on the 75K minimum wage or fixing the economy. The 75K is not what we really need now. Yesterday, when I was speaking here, I told you guys that we'll call this thing off and it will not reach up to 100K. And that's the yesterday they call it off because a brown envelope has been shared. But we are where we are. Thanks be to God, we can go back to our normal activities. But fixing the economy of Nigeria, how are we going to fix the economy? From who to where? Is it the economy that is being shared? Even ordinary SA, once you receive an SA appointment in the country, you can be able to buy houses in abroad. To buy a house in America, and you have to about 200,000, at least $200,000, which is almost how many million naira, right? When you see all these small boys, they are buying houses. Like you see someone have up to 4 or 5 houses in America. You're asking yourself, where are they getting this money from? No office, no business, just politics. And you believe with me that when you are removing, whenever you have a firm or a business you are removing, without putting, there's no way that business will grow. What's happening in Nigeria is everybody is sharing what they think that they can grab. Just like where you drop a banana and monkeys came there to scatter and shamble it. That's exactly what is happening in Nigeria. Just sharing the national cake, looting the money, grabbing as much as they can. Why is this paying me? Why is paying me so much is this? If you're stealing this money, why don't you use it and develop your country? Why are you using it to go and invest in another man's country? Thereby establishing their own economy to be stronger than yours. Let's assume that Imperfect now is the governor of Imo State, and he's still $100 million. The $100 million, if you use it.
Can you please use Papichulo as example? I can't. I
No.
can't steal money.
So you don't want $100
Use
million?
Papichulo.
You don't want $100
No,
million?
I don't. I cannot steal. It is. I don't steal. No.
Rimazi, continue the example you are using.
Use
not
yourself
me.
as example.
I'm not
Say
a
as
thief,
you
and
do
I
now.
won't know
You
because
can't steal $100 million. Don't use me. I know they steal. No
You
vex. Say you.
don't say you say
do.
one day you could be deputy governor of Imo State.
I know, but I know go steal money.
No worry, we'll go give you as security votes. No worry, collect security votes.
Let's say, steal them. Or $100 million come fly, enter your pocket, just fly. Pia, you use your hand, grab them back. Pia.
So now the person they say
go
snake they steal money and the rat they steal money. They play.
I'm trying to make you finish now. People want to speak, please.
So
So
that kind of money now, when it has to come into your custody and you took the money and go to your village, right? Develop your village or develop your hometown, build infrastructures, build road, build some companies and the rest of it, and employ youth, employ women Nigerians. Do you know that you have alleviated poverty? You stood to do good. You didn't stood to you didn't steal the money to put I don't know how to put it, but I'm trying to create but I know that stealing is stealing, but if these guys are doing this thing and they are doing it for the betterment of the people, you see, people will not be cursing them. But when they steal this money, Some of them, Abia State governor then, okay, if you come to his office, I don't want to use a vulgar language, but you'll be asking if you never chop this, or you ask you whether you don't chop, you never chop it. The next one, you go buy your house in abroad and the rest of it. Just wasting money unnecessarily. Using it on all these girls that don't know, that don't even work, but they will expect you to give them 100 million just to say hi to them. Because this is what the country has turned to. These people waste money unnecessarily without using it to do betterment of the citizen. So how can we fix the economy when there is no reorientation in the country? When even the reorientation, they say that when they change the national anthem, they map out how many billion for the national anthem. Is that not madness? When there is no capital offense, you will commit offense, you go free with it. To be honest with you, Nigeria needs reshuffling. Nigeria needs to reshuffle. And that is why this election they did not give to P2B, that he won. I know, wait, my man, wait, just few minutes, I beg, no vex. Anytime I'm talking, you always tell me you don't do. Just give me a few minutes to make I talk with it in my head, I beg. I will soon round up, no vex. This thing that did not give to P2B is so annoying. Why it's so annoying is that when you're listening to this young man, you understand that he has an intention and he knows what he wanted to do. Right? He knows what he wanted to do in a situation whereby he wants to cripple all these criminals in government. And that is why, if you watch all these people attacking P2B personally, without him responding to them, you watch them closely and watch their fight, you know that these people have criminal tendency. And having criminal tendency inside them, they know that this young man is a bad market to their business. And if you can have somebody that can be in power for 1 week and change a lot of things, that is why the 2014 confab Jonathan did not implement. It's vexing me to today, and that's why I hate Obama and everything that has to do with him, both Biden and all of them. That's why I hate them with passion. You see, if that 2014 confab was implemented, we would have gotten where we are going to be. And these people know that 2014 confab would have changed a lot in this country. You see, these people, they know what they are doing and they know exactly what they are doing. But we'll keep hoping and praying and fighting that one day, it will be for them. And that day, that's when we'll liberate from all these things that say, but fixing the economy now it's just like an elephant project. It can't work. Thank you, Imperfect.
All right, thank you so much. Metaphor, are you there, please? Okay.
David, now where you there? Now, David, answer now.
Benedict, are you there? He's attending to his client.
I did. Where?
Sorry, Mr. Misunderstood Man. I'm sorry about that. Should I go or should this Benedict go?
You can go on before you go out for
your Let me go. You are the co-host now, and you can always.
Of course, Benedict. Mr. Imperfect. I'll let Benedict go. Thank you, Benedict. Go ahead. I'll just speak. I'll speak after you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, Metaphor. If now Imperfect, if you not allow me. Good morning, Mr. Imperfect, Metaphor, and the rest here.
Metaphor, please now, so you get power bully him, but to Mahi, your brother for 8 years, you don't do anything. You couldn't bully Mahi.
I don't bully you. You when somebody say "Well, buy chicken for me yesterday," you say you want to send out my card number. Till now, no chicken. I did not even go buy the chicken on credit itself. You know send out my card number. You don't send me chicken.
I'm actually taking coffee here and enjoying the conversation. So.
You see, I started to fear your Metaphor, see, where you say you used 68,000 to buy meat pie yesterday. Now I can't say many people for here need my mate. You used 68,000 to go buy meat pie and drink.
Over not true. Not true. Metaphor not true. You take 68,000 buy coffee and meat pie.
Don't mind him. Don't mind him. It's just the equivalent. In Nigeria. It's the equivalence in Nigerian naira.
You 40 something $100,000
toilet too.
So for me, see this 75K minimum wage. There's never a time all of this money will be enough. You cannot even say. I heard somebody saying that Nigerian workers are generally underpaid, and that is absolute truth. It is absolute truth. One of the reasons why I am not happy with NLC is not because whatever money they're asking for in this economy, even 500,000 naira will not be enough considering the economy right now. But I think, okay, I have always established that the government cannot afford such amount right now based on the numbers. I'm not speaking from the angle of the one they are stealing, but based on the numbers we have in our economy, they cannot afford it. But 75 is meager, is small, but it's something to hold on to. While Imperfect, you always know my stand that what we should try to do is to generally fix the economy. Our economy is crumbling and is mind-boggling. It threatens me sometimes because sometimes we don't even look at it from that perspective about where we are going to. We don't even look at it. A country that have a budget of 27 trillion and 9 point something trillion is for recurrent expenditures. You have 8 trillion for debt servicing. See, that country is gone. In the next 10 years, see, I'm afraid for Nigeria. It means that just about 18 trillion is used for something that is not for tomorrow. Is already out of 27 trillion. 18 trillion is used for something. You only have 7.5 trillion capital project. That's the only thing you have. But 18 trillion is used already for something that is not for tomorrow. It means there is no economy base for future prosperity. We are almost gone. See, we are sitting, in fact, let me not just say we we are gone. Those are the areas where I think that the NLC and whoever that is concerned, I heard whether it's Zege or whoever that said about empowering the small and medium scale enterprise. It has always been my position. Empower the small and medium scale enterprises. But what is the federal government doing? What the CBN is even doing is to increase interest rate. A country that is fighting to restore its economy, to up its economy, is increasing interest rates for small and medium scale enterprises. What is the correlation? It means there is no economic framework for redemption at all. That is what they are telling us. You continue to increase interest rate, you continue to tax the people to their teeth, and then you are saying you cannot tax a nation into prosperity. For me, I think collectively we should start speaking about the issues on how to boost our economy, on how to make sure that money gets